They have closed the New Year's Day murder case of a beloved Austin teaching assistant. Esme Barrera was killed in her home, and days later, the prime suspect, Loren Brown, took his own life. With no DNA evidence linking Brown to the scene, the investigation went on for another 8 months. But today, some closure.
She was just the most energetic, fun girl that, just would help anyone. Shocked beyond words.
Within hours of Esme Barrera's murder, in the first hours of 2012, her impact on the community was clear in the memorial that grew outside the home where she was killed.
I hope that they catch whoever did this to her, because she didn't deserve it.
The calls to catch the killer came right away, and now, just weeks away from the first anniversary of her murder, police say the case is closed.
Ultimately, there was no evidence to suggest that this murder was committed by anyone other than James Brown.
Loren Brown became a suspect when police found his body in the apartment where he lived, just around the corner from Barrera's home. He had taken his own life, but his face bore a striking resemblance to the sketch of a man wanted for assaulting 2 other women the night Esme was killed. One of those women spoke to KXAN.
Suddenly he was behind me, he grabbed me, wrestled me to the ground, and hit my head against the ground.
This was a extremely extensive investigation that lasted more than 8 months.
Detective Brett Bailey says the investigation was difficult because there was no DNA evidence at the Barrera murder scene. But there was one bloody shoe print that didn't belong to any of the first responders. Bailey was able to prove through financial records that in 2010, Brown had purchased the same type and same size shoe that matched the bloody print.
So we searched James Brown's apartment extensively. That pair of shoes was never found. And we believe that they were discarded.
Records from Brown's electronic apartment key were also part of the circumstantial evidence making the case against him, showing he came and went in between the attack on the first victim, the murder of Esme, and the sexual assault of a 3rd woman after the killing.
We had enough evidence that had he been alive, we would pursue a murder charge.
The Travis County District Attorney's Office agreed, saying they would have presented this case to a grand jury had Brown not taken his life.
Well, APD also says the New Year's Day assault cases are closed. DNA linked Brown to one of those and to a string of sexual assaults in Austin the previous summer. We also learned today that police found that sketch that was put up all over the neighborhood where Esme and Brown both lived inside of Brown's apartment when they went to investigate his suicide.